you've seen Fidelity come out with a price target, hold on to your hat, of $1 billion. A billion. The fifth largest asset manager in the world is saying by the year 2050, Bitcoin could be worth $1 billion US dollars. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, announced Bitcoin allocation within their global asset fund. As BlackRock does it and Fidelity's already doing it, you're likely to see other big asset managers do it.
There's a quick clip from Greg Foss. He's telling you that Fidelity's telling you by 2035, Bitcoin's going to $1 billion. Is this realistic or is this just FUD? Was this a misprint? Did they put too many zeros behind it? You be the judge. We have a jam-packed video today. We have a lot we're going over. Before we get started, make sure you go ahead and check Bitcoin Bros out on our Linktree. You can find the link here in all our socials, Linktree/Bitcoin Bros 101. We have a free Telegram group. You get the latest from us, but also go ahead and check out our Patreon. We have a discount going on now, right now, $5 a month. We have 7 more seats. Once these get filled up, they're filled up. This price will definitely go up. So make sure you are a part of the exclusive content that we're posting. We don't post it on Twitter. We don't post it anywhere else but our Patreon. So make sure you don't miss out. Taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance. What do we see? We see similarities from 2 cycles. So let's get our brush here. You see this price action up here. No one really pays too much attention to this until it fell off a cliff. This was a massive alt rally. Here's another massive alt rally. But if you note here, we were actually above this trend. This trend that started to form here, like some type of symmetrical triangle, right? So we came into this into a bearish fashion, and then we traded sideways. And are we going to fall out of this and have a continuation in a bearish fashion? And how low will the Bitcoin dominance go? Is this what's to happen? Now, people are saying that Bitcoin is going to take over. It could go back up to these levels. That's a possibility too. But you got to look at the technicals too. This came into this pattern in a bearish fashion. Traded sideways. Are we going to break this downward resistance when Bitcoin falls around this 39 to 40% range? And then what's next? Are we going to get a retest to this level and get a rejection? And how low will we go? Keep this in mind. Now let's look at the previous cycle to the current cycle we're in. We drew this below here with the RSI. This is when the Bitcoin dominance went all the way up towards its peak and then started to come back down. But look, we actually didn't see the bottom until we broke out of this pattern. So right now we came up towards the peak and we could come back down, maybe break out of this and see lower. But one thing to note here, if we draw this line straight across from this peak and we ran into this downwards resistance and fell off a cliff. So will it act the same this time? This was the peak here. This line is equivalent to that 53% range. So will Bitcoin just trade sideways until it runs into this downwards resistance line here? Could that be falling down like this? Well, this intersects in June of this year after the halving. So after the halving, are we going to get that massive alt season to come back down to at least 39 to 40% range? And will this level hold? This is what you have to pay attention to right now. Is a huge opportunity, because once this turns over, you see that the RSI is starting to put in, a lower low, and it's going to put in a lower high, and the trend's changing as it did here. So you don't want to be on the sidelines when this happens. We hope you're stacking your bags. And an update from Titans of Crypto, Bitcoin bull flag. We showed you this in the previous video this week. This bull flag is forming. And where does this take us up to? A technical target of that $61,000. And this is that big inverse head and shoulder that we showed you that could be playing out. So this could be what's in the cards. And then also, HODL 15 Capital. Look what's going on with the ETFs. We've talked about this since January 10th. It's just been consistent number of Bitcoin being bought divided by the amount sold by spot Bitcoin ETF is just consistently in the green. And it's been green candles up until February 21st. You might have had a little bit of sell pressure, but basically since January 26th, just up and to the right. Are we going to continue to get this same buy pressure, or are ETFs ever going to sell? You be the judge. And then BlackRock's Institutional Digital Assets Summit is held today. So this is going on today. The event promises to be a significant milestone in the financial industry's embrace of digital assets and blockchain technology. So what's going to come out of this? We'll report on it. More will come. Taking a look at the overall crypto market capitalization at the current time it's recording, it's $1.97 trillion, almost at that $2 trillion threshold. Let's look at the charts. What do we see? What do we anticipate? This is the total crypto market cap on the 2-week. As you see, $1.9 trillion, and the Gaussian channel's actually red, but we're back above it, so it could get green and could get bullish. But one thing to note on this, look, we're in overbought territory, but look how high the previous cycles got to, up to the 90 range, and we're only right at 77. So how high could this go? And the last time we were in this range, 77, look, if we scrunch this down a little bit, look at how much room went to the upside right here to the actual peak. Tons of room. So there's a lot of wiggle room to the upside. Keep this in mind. We could have a cool off, but once this comes up, are we going to hit this upper bound of this red line? That's over $10 trillion in the threshold. And we've pulled down from the previous lows to the previous highs. We've hit that 1.618 as far as the 2.78 trillion. And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, that fifth leg. How high are we going to go? This could get extremely bullish very quickly. We hope you're prepared. What's happening now? AI is the narrative. AI coins are booming. So we'll look at one of these for you. Let's look at FET AI. What's it doing today, and where do we see it going? Over the past 2 weeks, what's been going on? We've seen a return of 130% move to the upside in US dollar valuation. Look here. We were down to roughly about the 50-cent range. Now it's up over $1. And what do you see in this pattern? We ask you, what do we see? Well, look, FET was around over the previous cycle, putting that double peak, and then the bear cycle. So we see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leg pullback. But look at this, looks like this could be a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, and right here with this neckline. Pull this down to the lowest point. We've already did this for you. If we pull it down from here to the neckline, pull us up to the technical target. Where could this be going up to? This be going up to about over $20, 23 to 24 bucks. That's over a 20x from where we are right now. So if you're holding FET, there's a lot of opportunity. Looking at the market capitalization, could it do 100x from here? Is that realistic? Right now at $1 billion, that would put it at $100 billion market capitalization, 100x from here. So where would that land us right now? That puts us at number 3 above Tether and above BNB, Solana. Remind you, all these are going to go up. The top 10 probably going to be all over $100 billion. So keep that in mind. Don't hold that and take that to the bank, but we're just telling you. So is that realistic for FET AI? It's a possibility. We're not discounting it. One thing we want to look at is the FET AI Bitcoin comparative. We see that we fell off a cliff into this, and we've had somewhat of a rounding bottom, and we're putting in higher highs and higher lows currently. This looks pretty bullish. This looks like this could be a rounding bottom. So if we get back up to the previous highs from where we are right now, like right now we're at macro resistance level, so pay attention to this. Like this could get rejected and come back down here. But once we break past this, it's going to be off into the races. And just from where we are right now, if we go up to the previous highs, that's a 500% gain against Bitcoin. So this is an opportunity here, guys. So if we do break back down, this would be an opportunity to get back in. And you see this is just steadily putting in higher highs and higher lows. Not too overbought yet, but we could get a cool off, come back down. This would be a load up zone if you want to get in here. So FET AI tokens are going crazy. Do you have any AI in your bag? Comment below. If you want us to do a video on it, comment below. Once again, if you want to check out more from the Bitcoin Bros, check us out on Patreon. We have 7 seats left at this price here, $4.99 a month. Everybody can afford $5 a month. will do custom requests on your videos, and they'll only be posted there, so keep this in mind. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. If you guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.